we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Hot, 180.
Mike, 47.
Here we go. Hey, kill.
47.
Hey, exit.
47. Check, 47. Bring it. Kill.
On first down, it's gone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Corner out.
47's the mic. Let's go. Smooth. 47's the mic. 47's the mic. Hey, watch the slant.
To throw is gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Check. Fresno.
Back to throw, Goff. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Marcus Davenport picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Johnny Hacker now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the Rams' 48-yard line.
Ready. Yellow lady. I'm here all day.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
On 2nd and 12, Brees out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ready.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun now for Brees. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Jared Cook, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Saints 7, Rams 0.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Super one.
Switch.
Orange. Hey, wahoo!
On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this one will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Brings up second and 7 at the 39-yard line.
Ready? Yellow lady.
On second down, Kamara. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
From the gun on third down, Breeze. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. First catch for last year's NFL catch leader, and it's a first down.
Come on, one thing for sure, you know that Michael Thomas is going to be the target on a third down pass, and Drew Brees finds it and keeps this drive moving.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up second and 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the
Ready?
48-yard
95-56. Hey, run the screen.
From just shy of midfield, Breeze. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Ready? You ready? 11. 50 yards, come on.
Now on 2nd and 13. Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
12.
Hatchet. Watch out.
Ric Flair.
From the end zone, gone. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question, down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. In search of redemption from the pick six. Gone. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Cameron Jordan able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2nd quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Check. Lucky. Check. Check your hot read.
Here's Gone. Shakes off the sack. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now it's Ginn. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On 2nd and 12, Breeze, and some room to work. There he goes, right side, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski, and that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Running with Kamara. And he spins past him and into space. That one good for 33 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. A first down run not going to get him a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Breeze. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Ready, 95-56, 95-56.
They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd and a couple. Breeze. This will be caught just inside the 10. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
On 2nd and goal, Breeze eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. Breeze now. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season.
Kill.
3rd and 2. Goff. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
1st and 10.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. The pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Cut. Like 20.
Mike 27.
They're going to need some therapy after this. 49, check.
Maverick.
Watch the ass. Check that.
Tell you won.
Hey.
DC.
47. Check. 47.
I want that. Give me that.
Hey, Delta.
Give me that.
Just beating the play clock is gone. And he comes back with one complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there just before halftime. 58 yards.
You got
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Check 24. Check.
Ric Flair.
Again, Goff. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point that continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Maverick Wall.
We want it. Come to my world.
Hey, I-7.
Check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
Tighten up. Pull it together. 47 Mike.
Looking to throw again on second down. Goff to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Rams on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, Haywood.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. Now Goff will lead the Rams up to go for 2.
Two.
47's the mic. 47.
Gone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off by his nemesis, Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Kill. Five.
Check 99.
Again they run with Gurley. And an alley to run. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Todd Gurley with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Rams have taken the lead. This time the extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
Now Kamara. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. 11 yards there, first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now this throw caught left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down, New Orleans.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Breeze going to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for 3rd down.
Switch up. Sammy.
Throwing now is Breeze. Now Breeze lost the football. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. The kick by Lutz is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Get ready.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now a first down throw. Gone. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
It's our time. It's our time. Motion, motion, bump, 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 bump. 12, 12, 12, 12.
Hey, tighten down, tighten down. There.
Hey, Charlie. Slam.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Watch the pass.
Watch the safety creep.
He's coming. Kill.
Shoot.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage with a penalty flag down. This might push him back further.
I know you felt that one. I know you felt that one.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Ginn. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Kill. Mike 5-4.
Here's Breeze to throw. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Corey Littleton came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
0-2.
Now Breeze. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. This is taken at about the 14. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. And an update from a game going on out in Denver. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Defense, let's go. Tight dog. Tiger, Tiger.
Showing it, showing it.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Now gone. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on, 180.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Whip.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 39-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
And Kamara has it stripped. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And great effort. Does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
Jim, value 1. Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
On the toss, it's Gurley. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's a pretty good drive starter right there. And I don't know, partner, if you're even thinking about sitting on the ball right now. They may just want to run their regular offense.
In plus territory, and as an offensive coordinator, you don't want your team to go into a shell, do you?
No, you really don't, because as soon as you take your foot off the gas, it's real hard to put it back on and mash it, because once everyone's emotions come down, hard to start them up again. So I think he may want to keep them cranking high right here.
40. Like 20. Value 3. Value 3.
Check. Shift.
Super 1. Super set.
Another carry now for Gurley. About 3 yards there to the 27. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Go ahead, baby. Go.
Well, Goff will hand this one to Gurley. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team, because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Get him. You got it. 47's the mic, boys. 47.
Here's Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Goff going to give this one to Henderson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
What screen? Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams tack on to their advantage.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. So that one will be accepted.
26, Saints 17.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken very short.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Drew Brees, 6 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago, and that led the NFL. He'll try to deliver another one. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brees. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abuka picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Third and long now after the sack of Brees, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Brees. He's going to float this over the... And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 38. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
180. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day. Check, check. Go back, go back. We got motion. We got motion. Back up, back up.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd down.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
That's it, baby.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
14.
From the 45 on second down, Goff. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me.
Super one.
Goff. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. 16 yards, a first down.
Ready?
5-8.
To throw is Breeze. And Cook has it, left side. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the safety, Eric Weddle, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Los Angeles, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Cleveland Browns. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
numbers. Big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign numbers with the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, that make pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number saved, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Hey, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, when he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit on my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, let them keep the score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet points of God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, blue hunts. Whole team counting, that's a big number.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many mil. Cause bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gang saying hippies. Women like Nicki know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone dogs. I'm not a guard. Go hawk with a squad. I'm playing my part. But them LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clippity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice. Taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they know they taking notice.
Yeah. One up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I